Namaste. Welcome to Shanti Peace Yoga. Today is all about stretching our upper body, including the neck, shoulders, chest, and upper back. You will need 2 blocks, but you can make do with one and add a pillow, or you could try using a foam roller or bolster, or you can make do with nothing at all. Let's begin in Sukhasana, sitting cross-legged, crown of the head lifting tall, and we'll just start by rolling our neck side to side, moving slowly and at your own pace. Consciously drop your shoulders down away from your ears. When you arrive at the left side, let's hold here, and you can use your left hand to guide your head a little further down. To intensify this, extend your right arm out to the side and walk the fingers away from you. Remember to breathe here. We'll take one more inhale and release on the exhale. We'll roll our head slowly to the right shoulder. Right hand comes to guide the head gently down, and you can intensify by extending the left arm out to the side and walking the fingers away from you. Hold and breathe here. Try to relax the face, soften the jaw. We'll take one more inhale and release on the exhale. Coming back to center now, we'll move on to our shoulders and start by rolling our shoulders 3 times in one direction, bringing the shoulders up to the ears, sliding them down the back, really exaggerating this movement. We'll reverse the direction now, 3 times again. Keep lifting through the crown of your head so you're sitting nice and tall. You want to avoid slouching here. Returning to center, let's clasp our hands out in front of us, crown of the head lifting tall. Take a deep inhale as you raise the hands up overhead, and exhale, hold and breathe here. Actively pushing the hands skyward while drawing the shoulders down. See if you can get your biceps alongside your ears. Take one more inhale, and exhale, float the arms back down. We'll repeat this again, sitting nice and tall, clasping the hands out in front of us. Inhale as you raise the hands up overhead, and exhale, hold and breathe. You might notice you have a bit more range this time. Relax the face and the jaw, consciously drawing the shoulders down while you push the hands skyward. We'll take one more inhale, and exhale, float the arms slowly back down by your sides. Let's clasp our hands together behind us now, rolling the shoulders down and back, feeling an opening across the chest. This might be enough for you, or you can intensify this by bringing your clasped hands away from you. Remember to breathe as you shine your chest forward. We'll take one more inhale and exhale, release. And you might want to roll your shoulders and shake it out a little bit. We'll do this again one more time, clasping the hands behind us, rolling the shoulders down and back. You can move your hands out behind you to intensify, or join me in going a little bit further by diving forward and lifting the hands up and over as much as you can without straining too hard. Remember to breathe if you're in this forward folding position. Let's take a deep inhale to help us rise up back to center, and exhale, release, and you can shake it out a bit again. We're going to move on to our chest, and we'll be using our blocks here. Our first block will be placed horizontally for our head, and you could use a pillow here instead. And the second block will be placed vertically, and this is going to sit between our shoulder blades. Start to ease yourself down. Your legs can be bent or straight. I'm choosing a butterfly position today. It can take a little while to set this up so you feel comfortable. You want that vertical block to be sitting between the shoulder blades on your upper back. You don't want to feel any pinching in the lower back or the spine. This vertical block is pushing our chest skyward, and it's opening it right up. The horizontal block for our head should be keeping our head in a neutral position. Notice if you're hyperextending your neck and adjust it accordingly. Once you've found that sweet spot, we'll lift our arms up and over, raising them overhead, and you should feel a deep stretch across the chest and the shoulders. We'll hold here for 5 slow breaths, feeling a release with every exhale. We'll take one more deep inhale, and on the exhale, slide the arms out to the side in a T position, holding here for 5 breaths. And you should notice a change in sensation across the chest in this new position. We'll take one more deep inhale, and on the exhale, slide the arms down by your sides and hold again for 5 deep breaths. We'll take one more deep inhale and exhale. We'll prepare to release, and the easiest way to get out of this position is to bend the knees, press your elbows into the mat, tuck the chin to your chest, and push through the elbows, lifting yourself back upright. Alternatively, you can roll onto your side off of the blocks. We'll move these blocks away, and we'll come now onto our hands and knees for 5 rounds of cat-cow. You can do this in the traditional way with your palms on the mat, but I'm going to show you a variation where you can rest your forearms onto the mat. It's still the same movement. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, head drops down. Continue like this for 4 more rounds. If you're on your forearms, you'll find that the movement is a bit more challenging as the range is reduced. If you prefer the more traditional way, feel free to change. Wherever you are, Let's take 2 more full rounds. We'll make our way back to center now, and we'll slide down onto our belly, coming to rest onto the mat. Forehead comes down. We're moving on to our chest again. This time, extend your right arm out to the side and turn your head right cheek to the mat. Bend your left knee. We'll inhale here and exhale as you bring that left foot up and over, crossing over to the right side. You should feel a stretch across the right chest and shoulder. To build on this, you can extend your left arm skyward, or even take a bind and bring the back of your left hand to rest on your right hip. There's a lot going on here, so play around with what suits you today. Wherever you are, remember your deep, slow breathing. Let's take one more inhale and release on the exhale, carefully coming back to center. We'll repeat this on the other side. This time our left arm extends out to the side and left cheek comes to the mat. Bending the right knee, we'll inhale here, and on the exhale, guide that right foot up and over, crossing over to the left. Explore your different arm options here, either extending the right arm skyward or taking that bind. Noticing how one side feels to the other. Maybe what you did before isn't possible on this side. Continue your deep breathing as we hold here. We'll take one more deep inhale and slowly release, coming back to center on the exhale. Place your hands under your shoulders. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, press into the hands and find child's pose, Balasana. Knees can be narrow or wide. To really work into the shoulders here, come up onto your fingertips, lifting the forearms off the mat, and think about pressing your armpits together so you create a broadening across the upper back. And without actually moving your fingertips, think about dragging them in towards you. Forehead is still resting on the mat. Deep breathing. Let's take one more deep inhale and rise up on the exhale. From here, we'll reach our left hand to the right corner of the mat. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, sink the hips back down while still reaching through that left arm, and you should feel a nice stretch down the left side body. We'll take one more inhale and release on the exhale, coming back to center. Onto the other side, reach the right arm towards the left corner of the mat. Inhale here and lower down on the exhale, still actively reaching through that right arm. We'll take one more inhale and release, coming back to center on the exhale. We'll move on to our hands and knees and come in to thread the needle. Start by inhaling as you raise your left arm skyward, open twist to the left, and exhale as you thread the left arm under the right, lowering the left cheek to the mat. Play around with your right arm here. You can extend it long overhead, or you can take a bind by placing the back of the right hand on the left hip crease, which will open the shoulders even more. Wherever you are, find your deep, slow breathing. Take your right hand beside your face if it wasn't already, and now inhale as you press into that hand and take that open twist to the left again. And exhale, come back to hands and knees. Onto the other side, we'll inhale and raise the right arm skyward, open twist to the right, and exhale, thread the right arm under the left, lowering the right cheek to the mat. Explore the different arm variations for that left arm, whether it's extended straight overhead or you find a bind. Deep, slow breathing as we hold here. We'll bring that left hand beside the face if it wasn't already. Take a deep inhale as you press into that hand and take that open twist to the right, and exhale, coming back to hands and knees. Moving on to puppy pose, keep the hips lifted, but walk the hands forward, melting the heart down and allowing the forehead to rest on the mat. Keep the forearms lifted and actively reach forward while imagining you're also being pulled back from the hips. If you want to intensify this, come up onto your fingertips like we did in child's pose. Another option is to place your blocks under each hand, and that little bit of elevation will add a greater intensity in the shoulders. Let's take one more inhale and use the exhale to walk the hands back in, returning to tabletop position. As a counter stretch, it might feel nice to come into cat pose, deeply arching the back and allowing the head to be heavy between the arms. Really broaden across the back, feeling the shoulder blades separate. Take one more inhale and exhale, release. We'll return to using our blocks and set them up in a slightly different way than before. The first block will be horizontal and on its lowest level for our head. The second block will also be horizontal on its lowest level, and we want our shoulder blades to be resting over the flat surface. For reference, the bottom edge of the block should be sitting where the bra band normally sits. Take a moment to adjust here, shifting each block up or down to find a place of support for both the back and the head. Knees can be bent, straight, or butterfly. Once you've settled in, let's take our arms out wide in a T shape and hold here, taking deep breaths, feeling the chest and shoulders expand and stretch with every long exhale. You might like to explore taking your arms overhead now, feeling a change in sensation in the chest and shoulders, or you can continue as you are. Let's take one more deep inhale here, and exhale. Release the arms from whatever position you were in. To come off the blocks, you can carefully roll onto your side or push yourself back upright. We'll move these blocks off to the side and come to lie on the mat with our back completely resting on the flat ground. Really tune into that back and chest area. Right now, I can feel a lot more space has been created. These areas feel softer and more open. How does your chest and back feel for you? Let's take 10 deep breaths here, noticing how the chest, shoulders, and back all feel after our practice. Let's take one more deep inhale and slowly roll onto your side on the exhale. We'll pause here for a moment. When you're ready, we'll push ourselves back upright, finding Sukhasana, seated cross-legged position, as we did in the beginning. Sitting nice and tall, let's clasp our hands out in front of us We'll inhale through the nose as we raise the arms skyward. Exhale out the mouth, float the arms down. 2 more like this. Inhale through the nose, arms rise overhead. Exhale out the mouth, float the arms down. Last time. Inhale through the nose, arms rise overhead. And exhale out the mouth, floating the arms down. Thank you so much, yogis, for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this upper body yoga class. Let's finish now with our mantra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bowing forward, Namaste.